offensive rebounds, 22-5, and second chance points. Just what did you see in your guys' initial defense, and then just how frustrating was it to not come up with those balls after getting stops?
It's a huge part of the game. We're actually one of the best percentage defensive rebound teams in the country, and credit to North Carolina, they were a lead on the glass. They have size and length, and their front line really dominates. They had 12 offensive rebounds just with their starting 3, 4, and 5. And we were really poor at our second hit, and so that was really frustrating. It's hard to win a game when you give up 20 offensive rebounds.
Go ahead, Paul.
Mark, obviously, the second half, just struggling to shoot the ball. I think it was a over 10-minute scoring drought. When you look at all three of the losses this season, we've seen those scoring droughts. And basketball is a game of runs sometimes, but why does this team seem to struggle with scoring so frequently for long periods of time against ranked teams?
Well, we really haven't. It hasn't been a huge scoring issue tonight. It was for sure. I mean, it's going to be hard for us to win scoring 64 points. It's uncommon for us to be 1 for 13 from 3. That's not really who we are. More disappointing is the 8 assists. That's really frustrating. I thought in the second half our decision making was poor, and caught up in the moment trying to make. We still are on a steep learning curve trying to figure out how to make plays for our teammates, and that we shoot it well when we actually do that. When we don't, we don't.
Mark, right here. The first couple of questions I kind of addressed it, but like you said, 9 turnovers, 8 assists, 20 offensive rebounds, just 13 threes. At this point in the season, what are you most concerned with in which area?
Well, I'm really frustrated with the rebounding tonight, but like I said, that's credit to North Carolina, and it's uncharacteristic for us. It just hasn't been us, but we just got crushed on the glass. It's very, very disappointing tonight for sure, but I don't think that's who we are. I'm really frustrated with the 8 and 9. That's not who we've been either. But the MP4T stuff is a little bit of a trend right now that's concerning. We just have to find a way to break through and have the discipline to do it. We probably had a little fatigue on the floor, which I'm gonna have to find a way to kind of dig deeper into this rotation and get some quality minutes. That's gonna be something really important to us as we move forward. There's a lot we have to learn.
Mark, with Gonzaga coming up and Indiana, St. John's, and within the next 4 games, how do you kind of, put those into different sections so that this loss doesn't end up snowballing in the previous loss?
Yeah, I mean that's your job as a pro, right? Is you can't allow that. We got to go through the agreement process and get back to work. And I do think that we are making some strides in certain areas. I thought we had some positive play from several guys. I feel like we found a little bit of ourselves in this game, and so there's no safety net right now. We just have to get better. So we'll continue to focus on that, and we need guys to step up and give us great efforts. And I'm excited about the games we have ahead. I mean, why play if you're not playing a great team? So I'm excited about it.
Mark, you've talked about the offensive rebounds that UNC got. Was there anything they were doing, in particular, that kind of helped them excel on that?
Well, our ball screen coverage was not great. It was poor. Our pickup point was way too high. We were a little too passive and rarely at the point of the screen, and so we're a little bit overzealous and overconfident in our belief in what we can actually accomplish defensively. We're putting ourselves in harm's way. That resulted in a lot of rotation stuff with some rebounding, and then just the size also. We had a lot of times where we put a body on a body and just rested in that space instead of getting a second hit. The second hit is so important. We did a poor job there. Surprisingly, like I said, we've been a really good defensive rebounding team.
Coach, you guys, they talked about a little bit of the scoring droughts, but what do you have to do differently in a 10-minute drought like you guys had tonight without a bucket?
Yeah.
What has to happen to break that, to get the lid off? And then you talked about needing playmaking. How much are some of those guys that are injured going to help when they get back with that on the second part?
Well, yes, there's several things that can help you. One, pace of the game can really help you. Two, like having a couple guys, places where you can go that you really trust to go find you a basket. Three, just simple things like catching the ball with two hands. You know, it's really hard. You know, you have a wide open layup under the basket. You just drop the ball out of bounds. There's some inconceivable things that just happen because of the flow of the game. So I wish it was one thing that you do, but it's just a grouping of things that where we just need to get better and get more solid, and we got to find a balance between me meddling with the game and the guys feeling the game. But all that's part of it, and it's a struggle for us right now that is all on the foundation of this MP14 vibe.
Mark, I just wanted to follow up on, you said we found a bit of ourselves tonight. Can you elaborate on
Well, I think Yella gave us some good minutes. I was proud of him. I think he gave us some solid minutes. I think Cam, you know, with a really complicated matchup, I thought Cam had some positive minutes for us. So I like that. I thought Ortega's effort was terrific tonight. You know, minus some fatigue plays, I thought he was really solid. So there were some positive signs for sure.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Players coming.